Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Crypto Capital Investments where I analyze the crypto and share that with you. So today I have a very interesting video that is to finally know how to trade. And this is going to be very interesting for not only the regular traders or investors, but especially for the futures traders, which is a very risky type of trades. So let's start with the video. Alright guys, so let's start with this. What I'm going to be talking today about here is going to be how to use this setup, this very simple setup to have very high trades. Alright, so very quick, I'm going to go with the weekly support and resistance. I'm going to explain how to use the trend line of RMA 100, the RSI, how to use it to identify continuation or reversals, and use the line charts, how to best identify divergences. Okay, and then finally the most important tool, which is the FIB retrace tool and the FIB extension tool. Alright, so let's start with it. First of all, let me clean then this chart here. Yeah, I'm not in any type of, so let's have it all clean here. Now the first step, as I said, is to identify support and resistances in the weekly. All right, so we are here, this is the 1 week, una semana, 1 week, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this line tool, all right, and we're gonna start identifying prices where previously that area was rejected. Okay, so I'm going to use this line here. Let's go from top to bottom. So technically here isn't a very, you can see it rejected here, rejected, and these are weeks, and in that week then got rejected, which means it's a very important area. I will say here, yes, definitely here you can see for weeks we're battling this area, supporting this area, resisting this area, definitely very important. Let's keep moving down. I'm looking at this horizontal line. Let's go very slowly. I do believe here definitely we have an special area. Gonna put it 2, and you cannot be wrong about this one because these are weekly candles. I mean, an entire week of support and resistance. So, and let me then adjust this one. I prefer this area here, not only because of this little bottom right here, not because of this support here, but also this resistance here. So definitely have been very well identified. This area here I gotta put it 2, so let's go with that. Okay, and finally more like recently, and these are weak candles, so all of this is important, and always the tops and the bottoms. So let's go with this bottom, this top. Always the tops and the bottoms are support and resistance, the most important actually. So we are good with that. Now you know now how to identify areas of support and resistance very well. And I always use one same color, so green, it's like ready to identify as soon as you enter the chart, identify then the area like, okay, this is a weekly support resistance. You don't even have to look all the way to the weekly chart, and that is the goal. All right, let's move on. Now the trend line of RMA 100. Let's see if I have it here, one that is free. Okay, well, actually, let's see, there's one here that is open to everyone, which is moving average official indicator, called also the Phoenix. Now you gotta set up this one here to the it's called here smoothed was RMA, and we're gonna put it everything in height. We're just going to put it in solid 100, a yellow line, and a big cloud that's gonna be created when the price is below in red, when the price is above in green. And this looks, I mean, look here, it doesn't look that much, but if we are going to work into 4 hours, it's going to be easier for you to identify in which trends you are. So basically the trend is when is in the direction like you're making highs, and then you're making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So the trend is going downwards, right? But you can identify this easier with the moving average. So let's just have it there for you to identify, like, okay, I'm going to be looking for shorts here because that's the trend, and we are going to be working with the trend. All right, next one. So what we want to do, it's then you want to identify if you are working with the trend, but also you want to know when you are going to work until, I mean, like how, if it's the trend going to continue in that direction or not. And there's actually one tool that can tell you that, and that is the RSI. You can look for that here. So just put RSI and it's built in. This is in Spanish, but yes, RSI. Stray, everything's here in Spanish. Anyway, so what you're gonna do is like, okay, we have identified that this is a downtrend, but there's one thing that happened in this indicator that happened nowhere else. It's this right here. Let me show you. When we have something like this price is going down. Price is going down, obviously, and here the RSI is showing a price going up. We have a weekly support. Okay, the purple lines. So that means, okay, it's reacting to this support. It's most likely going to go against this supposed trend. So you know that you should not then be in this chart. What you want to do is to move with the wave. So go with the trend. All right. Now we can see this is something that I have discovered personally. Here, this one it's going up, so there's a trend reversal, which happens, yes, but in the end it went in that direction. So how to identify when the trend it's not going to go in that direction? When the trend gets broke. So this line here, the RSI gets broke here. Okay, then this gets invalidated, and then the trend is going to continue if this was broke. Understood? So let's go back again. This is the trend, and it's going down, right? Going down, but if you find divergence, then this could be cancelled. But because this line here in the other side got broke, okay, officially broke, you can see that the price came back all the way there, then from there went all the way down. So this break of the trend in the RSI cancel that divergence and continue with the previous trend. Okay, all right, now you need to know this because how we're gonna work. Now you know everything until here. All right, you know when to do the weekly support and resistance, the trend line, the moving average. This moving average. There you go, moving average, and then the RSI, how to identify if there's a trend continuation or if there's a trend reversal. All right, all good here. And also when to invalidate this trend, this divergence. All right, so far so good, right? Good. Now let me introduce you to the Fibonacci retracement tool. This is a very special tool, okay, and it may look complicated, but it's not. It's just a simple tool that makes your life easier. So the idea of this tool is that there's a move, if there's a move of a movement, and this movement that's considered as the 100% of the move, okay, right? Well, this tool tells you, no, this one here. This tool tells you that the price most likely, naturally, should come back to the 61% of this previous move to the pullback. Alright, so that's what you want. You want to know where's the 61% of this whole move to the back, and there is an interest. If there's a trend continuation, most likely there's going to be a new high, because we are in an uptrend, and uptrends are like this. You will never see in any type of image in internet, like you put trading and it's going to show you always something like this, right? Always? Well, that's because that's how the market works. It have a pullback always to the 61.8 and then makes a new high. Pullback 618, new high. Right? That is the textbook. Now that you understand, and that is the same if you go into the downside. So there's a movement to the downside, then most likely it's going to move back 61%. Okay, and from there it's gonna make a new low. It's gonna make another pullback to the 61% of this movement, and it's gonna make a new low, and so until we find this divergence in the RSI, which means that then there's more sellers than the previous low, the volumes are not with the movement price. So what you want to do is to look for that, set up your first tool here, and then you have this area. Now let me get into this tool so you can identify different things. So the three levels that I look into is the 618 or 61%, 61.8%, 66%, 78.6%. Those are the Fibonacci levels. You will have to look for that information, Fibonacci and different stuff, but just clear that only use these three levels in the Fibonacci. These three levels in the 100% of the previous move. Right. I also extend this one to the right. I'm gonna let you know why in a moment. So that's it. So find this tool, but it's just a simple tool. So, hey, this the 61.8% retrace of that previous move, just to let you know. That's basically what this tool is saying. 100% here is showing you right here, like, okay, here's the 61, here's the 61. All right. Okay, now how to use this. Let me show you. So this tool is used only for the trend formations, right? If you're looking for intra-chart divergence, you're gonna let go, right? You don't want to be there because there is a movement that is not showing you strength in the trend. You want to work with the trend. So you get price also like the and a pullback to the 618, and then you want to make a new low. So in that new low you will see if there's buyer. How to use it? Let's go. So you are in this trend, right? Well, let's see here that there is no divergence. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put it in the previous high. This is the 100% of the move. I'm gonna put it here, and here is going to then be my entrances. If the price is not hitting those targets, I'm not getting into the trade. As simple as that. Okay, let's have a new one. So, and you can identify the bottoms here. Let's see here. Here's a new one. Pull back, like this one here. But not that happy about this one, but you can see it got out 61.8. Right, let's go to another example. Let's see, so here is, okay, you can see that this is a bull movement to the upside. Let's see when to get in. So this stuff here is not that's true. We are going to look at the trace tool. So I put it here, I extend it to the right, and you can see it got hit one of the levels. Now, how to use this tool? What you want to do is to have this tool align with the previous local. Remember, this is the weekly support and resistance, this is the local support and resistance, and you can see here that there was a previous resistance, support, resistance, support. So this level right here, not in the close, let me close up to this one. So we have here levels. See here, and move it a little bit more to the right side. We're looking right now here, just in the tipping point, right? So you want to identify then, and you have identified this area, this 786. That is a very nice area to place your trade. Okay, but also what you want to do, let's see if I have this here so we can go faster there. What you want to do is to go to that area and to, well, I was hoping to find at least a divergence in some way. I guess, well, there is a divergence here in the 5 minute. So when the price entered this area of the FIB retrace buying area, I will say, did not make a divergence here. Hit the 0.786, which is this line. The RSI was not with that price. It hit that exactly point and then moved all the way up. Let's see, let's go back, then a little forward. Okay, and that could have been on a selling point here because it was making a divergence, but also you're gonna see it now, it got broke to the upside aggressively. Okay, here again another divergence. I think this one also got broke, as I remember, but you can see there's a huge support and resistance there, so you don't want to be there. This is a selling point for sure, just because of that weekly resistance, right? And you can see it in the big picture also making a huge divergence, so you could be there hitting this sell button, and from here then all the way here it's a 43% movement to the upside, and yeah, that's a nice return, right? Now here I always work with the oh, let me put again the music. Okay, remember guys to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel to support. Also, you can become a patron, right? Link's gonna be below, or just look into patrons for crypto capital investments. So, what I was saying. So yeah, I would used to work with only a 10x maximum the futures trading. If you're starting even, I will say 5x. Now, I will suggest start with an account in the futures trading account of $20 only. Why? Because you don't want to be you got to first know how to use the tool, which is the Binance. I use Binance, the Binance buttons, how to use, always use isolated, okay, always use 10x, place your orders, okay, you gotta know how to place the orders, you gotta know how to place the limits and where are those buttons, you gotta feel familiarized with all this environment. It's a very important thing because it's more something about muscles, like how to move your eyes, how to move your fingers in the tool. So that is the most important thing. All right, so start always with $20. If you have an attract at least, I will say, I don't know, let's say 10 trades, I will suggest even further. So, and from of this $20, I only use 5% of this $20 per trade. Okay, this is something that's very healthy. So that's going to be, I think, $1. See, 0.5. Yeah, that's going to be $1 per trade. And you may feel this is kind of funny. It's not. I will say it's like going to the gym and not starting with a disc of 45 for chest. You know, you gotta start with just the right. I'm sorry. Just start with the bar. In this case, just $20. Always use 5% per trade, because what you want to do, the reason you do this is because when you then, after years or after you are already ready, you put $5,000 into this account, to be losing in a trade if that happens. But if there's a bad trade, okay, you're gonna be losing $250. It's fine, but you're gonna have another 9 trades that is going to be making you $250. So in the end, the percentages of are going to surpass the losses. More successful trades. But if you use just in one trade that total account, you're gonna like blow it. All right. So always use only 10x, maximum 5x. More recommended if you're starting with the big capital, especially, and only per trade 5%. Always, no matter what. Start $20 in that account, and then if you have 10 trades, use it 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and so on. And once you get above 10,000, I will suggest only use your gains into this trading, and at that level, I it's going to be like riding a bicycle. Like, it's going to be so easy. All right, so coming back here, so we have that retrace into the 0.786. We found in this level a divergence in the 5-minute chart, right? Okay, now you also could be just placing the orders, and for this type of trade of 10x to get liquidated, it's in a 9% to 10% pullback. So this one you will only experience 39% if you make it 10x. Now, if it goes even further, which is below the is then really wrong, something see, and then it be liquidated, right? always look for that. Also, there's one thing I missed it here. I'm sorry. There's another thing. This is how to place trades. Only use 5x, 10x. Okay, or whatever. Now you also got to be familiarized with the swing failure pattern. All right. Here, swing, and I think that's right. All right, and it's very simple. Sometimes I like to make it even like I'm sorry, more complicated than it really is. Now it's very simple. Let me zoom in this one here because I do see it. Okay, it's very clear. What it means is that you had this swing up, and then the candle closes here, and then you have this candle, but this candle had a higher price, but before the candle closes it was below this price here. So this is everything. See what's going on? There you go. So basically what you want to be is inside the candle that closes like this. So it gets higher than the previous high but close below the previous high, and that is a swing failure pattern. So you can see from here the price just retraces. Right here we have it too, I believe, or very close, and it's basically we have a divergence as you can see here, and then we had a swing failure pattern. So this was the previous low, and the price broke that below, but it closed above that, and that is a swing failure. That is the idea, a swing, but then there was a failure because it was not following what it's supposed to do, which is to follow the trend. All right, now that's something that also you want to try to look at these areas here. So as you can see, there was a previous swing low, but then was this candle all the way up. Okay, and that was a swing failure pattern. All right, that's another thing you gotta know. Now the last point of this video, it's the Fib Action tool. It's not that, say this is not that perfect tool. And more people pay attention to this, but more people also take gains with the divergences or other things. But if you want to use it also here, so is this one here and this one makes the same thing. So percentage, what it does, extends here. What you want to do when you first then had the trace point, the first one, the first swing, so this is the 100% where happened that entry. Okay, and as you can see, then we have the 1618 aligned with the resistance. Okay, some of the people is here extensions, so you gotta try to align also this with previous support and resistance, and that is going to be then your target, and you can then take profits here to know more like easily where to take your profits, as you can see here. Right, so just look to the left to where it aligns some better support and resistance, if it's local or the weekly is of course even better, and that's how it is used. Basically, always know that this is a tool to work only with a trend. You gotta know if there's a divergence in this case, there was no divergence, so that means an opportunity to get in. Alright guys, I'm starting to lose my voice. Alright, hope you find useful this video. Practice this idea as much as you can. I will suggest use your the TradingView tool. Pay for 1 month to have the reproduction bars, to then practice this, then start your Binance account, win $20, practice that too, and then start adding to that here, or just build your account from here, one trade at a time, and it's going to pay out. So that is how you break then the futures trading. Right guys, I hope you find this very useful, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.